I come to church and look for God. But God is in the prison, the hospice bed, the emergency room, the soup kitchen, the domestic violence shelter. One would think that we would find God in Washington, D.C. because our money, it says, in God we trust. But God is in the back of a police cruiser, in the bus station trying to sleep out the weather, in the line to get paid to give plasma, in the economically depressed and gun-riddled neighborhood of the West End. One would assume that we would find God find God at homes, in the homes of the patriotic Americans, but God is also in the protester, and God is found in the refugee, and God is found in the migrant worker, trying so hard to hide and find work at the same time. You see, God is in so many places, and in so many places one would not think always to look for God. In our first passage from Acts, Paul is teaching. He's teaching to the Athenians on Mars Hill. And he points out to them, you have almost all the bases covered when it comes to gods. But this one that you have labeled the unknown God is the only one. And the reason you can't find that God and experience this true God is because you are looking for God in all the wrong places. Jesus, in our John passage, also gives you and I some clues as to how to find and see God day by day. If you love me, show it by doing what I've told you. I will talk to the Father. He will provide you another friend so that you will always have someone with you. This friend is the Spirit of truth. The godless world can't take him in because it doesn't have eyes to see him, doesn't know what to look for. But you know him already because he has been staying with you and even in you. I will not leave you orphaned. I'm coming back in just a little while the world will no longer see me, but you're going to see me because I'm alive and you're about to come alive. At that moment, you will know absolutely that I'm in my Father and you're in me and I also in you. The person who knows my commandments and keeps them, that's who loves me. And the person who loves me will be loved by my Father, and I will love him and make myself plain to him day by day. Jesus gives us all a simple formula to follow in order to see God day by day. He says, keep my teachings, my commandments, love me, and then I will make myself plain to you day by day. In other words, if we want to see God, then we need to love God with every moment of every day, and God will be seen day by day. I like that idea. Seeing God as plain as day. Where have you seen God? Just think about that for a moment. Where have you seen God? Where have you seen God as plain as day? I want to share with you a story from a Presbyterian pastor in Menlo Park, California. He writes, there was a front page article in the San Francisco Chronicle about a Metro Transit operator named Linda Wilson Allen. She loves the people who ride her bus. She knows the regular people who ride her bus. She learns their names. She will wait for them if they're late and then make up the time later on her route. One day, a woman in her 80s named Ivy had some heavy bags, struggling with them. So Linda parked the bus, got out of the driver's seat, went out, and carried Ivy's groceries onto the bus. Now, Ivy lets other buses pass, lets other buses pass just so that she can ride Linda's bus. Linda saw a woman named Tanya in a bus shelter. She could tell Tanya was new to the area. She could tell she was lost. It was almost Thanksgiving, so Linda said to Tanya, "You're out here all by yourself. You have no one to share Thanksgiving with. Come on over to my house. Have Thanksgiving with me and my kids." Now they're best friends. The reporter who wrote the article rode Linda's bus every day. That's why the reporter knew day by day what was happening in that bus. He said Linda had built such a little community of blessing on that bus that passengers offer Linda even the use of their vacation timeshares when she gets time off. They bring her potted plants and floral bouquets. When people found out she likes to wear scarves to accessorize her uniforms, they started giving them as presents to Linda. Think about what a thankless task driving a bus can look like in our world today. Cranky passengers, engine breakdowns, traffic jams, and gum stuck to the seat. You ask yourself, how can she have this attitude among all of that? Her mood is set at 2:30 a.m. when she gets down on her knees every day and prays for 30 minutes. God, may I see you today in the people I meet. She said there's a lot to talk about with the Lord. She is a member of Glad Tidings Church in Hayward, California. When she gets to the end of her line, she always says, "That's all. I love you all. Take care." And then she transfers the bus to another driver. Have you ever had a bus driver tell you, "I love you"? Imagine riding TARC. Broadway, 18th Street, out Preston Highway. Just imagine going to St. Matthew Mall all the way out to J-Town. And that bus driver tells you they love you. People wonder, where can you and I find God? I tell you where you and I can find God. You can find God on the number 45 bus that rides through the streets of San Francisco. People wonder, where can I find the church? I will tell you. Behind the wheel of a Metro Transit vehicle. The pastor who wrote this story, Pastor John, invited Linda to speak at their church one Sunday. People with all kinds of Silicon Valley dreams were inspired to a standing ovation by a woman who simply drives a bus every day and looks for God every day. They stood in line by the dozens after the service just to talk with her and to get a selfie made with her. For the door on the number 45 bus opens, and every time those doors open, the world gets to see God in living color. Yes. Yes. Yes, day by day, the number 45 bus in San Francisco opens up its doors to take in passengers, but not only does that bus let passengers ride, but those passengers get to see God because one woman's love and prayer, that day by day, she would see God in the passengers that she transports from point A to point B. People of faith, we all should wish a similar storyline was developing in our lives. Then, in other words, if we want to see God, then we need to love God with every moment of every day, and God will be seen plain as day, day by day. Plain as day. Are you and I willing to reorder our lives in this manner so that the world around us might see God and discover God through us? It's a noble idea, but it's something you and I, are we really willing to do? According to B.J. Rourke, the humorist, everyone wants to save the world, but no one wants to help Mom with the dishes. Think about that. Lord, give me the energy to change the world, but don't ask me to put any effort into it. Don't ask me to change the way I live in this world. This change is dependent upon everyone else changing. Not me. We self-justify all the time when we really should change ourselves. In other words, we all want to see God and have God seen in our world, but are we willing to do the things Jesus taught? And then in this passage, he encouraged us, if you love me, you will keep my commandments. If you love me, you will do what I've taught you. In order for people to see God in you, are you willing to love your enemies? In order for people to see God in us, are we willing to pray for those who persecute us? In order for people to be able to see God among us, are we willing to turn the other cheek instead of retaliate or get revenge? In order, day by day, that God would be seen through us, are we willing to forgive the people who hurt us? Sacrifice, having it your way, discovering what is God's way? Are we willing to visit the prisoner, the sick, the dying? Are we really, really willing to offer food and water to the hungry and the thirsty? It's what Jesus said. And it's ways God is experienced day by day. Jesus says, do the things I ask you to do, and you will see me. We will all see God if we're willing to change ourselves. Amen.
God is